That's right. After being sent back to Lian Yu, Oliver discovers that the island's chief inhabitant is not there. Oliver then knows that the threat he faces on the island is far bigger than he could have possibly imagined, as he looks to battle Slade Wilson one more time and to keep his sister out of harm's way. Welcome to the top 5 moments of the episode, followed by the overall verdict.
He's been here.
Nice to see you again, Miss Queen.
Well, it looks like Slade hasn't lost his edge, and after throwing Oliver and Thea in the same cell that Oliver locked him in, Slade left Oliver in the exact reverse situation as the season 2 finale.
Welcome home, kid.
Slade. Slade! Slade!
Knowing that you're keeping something from me again, it's keeping me everything but focused right now.
After Thea presses and presses Oliver for the truth that he's clearly keeping from her, he finally gives in and tells her the horrible truth about who really killed Sarah.
You killed Sarah.
Making right, I ignored my conscience and made alliances with terrible people. There's a book with a list of all their names.
After Oliver defies Waller and the mission and decides to go back to see his family, he watches a recording left behind by his father, telling him to right his wrongs and to not make the same mistakes that he did.
You can save this city. I love you.
How could you have done this to me?
Because you are my daughter, Thea, and I care about you.
Oh God, that's sick. And not even remotely true.
Upon returning to Starling and facing her father about the truth, flames ignite as Thea and Malcolm have more than a difference of opinion about his motives for helping his daughter.
Even if I have to, I will be your soldier. But never again will I be your daughter.
Come on then. You earned it.
Thea, don't!
I killed Mom.
And he will continue to pay for his crimes, but not like this.
My top moment for this week involved the trio on the island. Thea has a choice to make. She can choose to kill her mother's murderer, to become the killer that Malcolm always wanted her to be, or to listen to her brother, to let Slade live so that he can return to his Argus prison.
You gotta prove to him that you're not.
My overall verdict for this week's episode of Arrow is an 8 out of 10. Ever since news broke that Manu Bennett will be reprising his role as Slade Wilson, this episode was one for me to mark down. The episode in general really did put a great twist on things. It had Oliver in the present day back on Lian Yu, against Oliver in the flashbacks back in Starling. That in itself billed as a great episode to watch, and it did not disappoint. Without a doubt, the best part of the episode was the return of my favourite character and for me, the best villain that the show has had in the return of Slade. In the beginning, Oliver has no idea that Slade is on the loose. It's only until he goes to visit his old friend that he realises things are far worse than he would have thought. As you would expect, Manu Bennett stole the show in the scenes that he was in. My only disappointment is that his screen time was a lot shorter than I would have hoped, but that was mainly due to the high quality and high amount of the flashback scenes. Colin Donnell returned as Tommy Merlin, showing that the show can even weave in some old faces a couple of years after his death. And even if it did seem a little forced, We were treated and got to see Diggle and Felicity back in Starling involved in the flashbacks as well. But without a doubt for me, the most important and most potent flashback was Oliver seeing a video left behind by his father. That video told him to right his wrongs, to not follow in his father's footsteps, and save the city that he couldn't save himself. This was a key scene for me, which helped inspire Oliver to even become the Arrow in the first place. Thea had a big episode this week as she learned the terrible truth that she was the one who killed Sarah. Albeit she was under Malcolm's command and had no idea what she was doing, but it drove her to believe that she was really a killer. And that information, when confronted by Malcolm, only continued to drive a wedge between father and daughter. It was only for Oliver who stopped her from being exactly what Malcolm wanted, and I thank him for that, as one day I hope to see Slade Wilson return once more. As always, thank you very much for watching. Please leave a like, comment and subscribe if you enjoyed the review, and I'll see you next week.
She's being touched by darkness. Was it Merlin? He's an interesting man to do that to his own daughter.